Call the Board of Works to order. Please stand for the pledge. Joanna, would you start us off?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shall we please do the roll call?
Mayor Lynch,
Here.
Member Collins,
Here.
Member Lewis, Here.
Member Young Johnson. Member Williams.
Here.
We have the approval of the minutes.
Madam Mayor, I think we're actually missing several meetings minutes, so Michelle, would you look into that, please?
Yes.
So we'll need a motion to table the minutes for today.
Motion to table minutes from the last meeting.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. We have no unfinished business. New business, we have a tag day request from Pop Warner for October the 15th and the 29th. You can come forward.
Oh, sorry.
You can stand there or
Okay. I have the 11U Portage Pop Warner team. I'm trying to raise money for the kids to be able to make it to Florida for their national championship. I have 21 kids on my team. Some of the kids are less fortunate. So I do go to local businesses. I set my kids outside to collect money, and we're asking for a tag day so I can have the parents stand on the corner of Central and Central by Duncan to help raise money to get our kids to Florida, because it usually costs between $40,000 to $50,000 to us to get our children down there, and so that they can have the support of their family and the community to help them get there.
So you're wanting to have two separate tag days, right?
Yes,
On
ma'am.
the 15th and the 29th.
Yes, ma'am.
And you only want to stand at Hamstrom?
Just the intersection at, right here at Duncan at Central.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Irving Central, okay. So then you know we don't want any young children out in the street collecting.
Yes, ma'am. It would only be the adults, the parents,
Okay.
and also our coaches.
Okay.
And you'll have the proper signage so community members are able to recognize what organization you're with?
Yes, ma'am. We have like a huge flag the kids will be standing out with. Now, kids will not be there, but the parent will hold the flag. There'll be posters out for the kids. And we will let it be known that we are Portage Pop Warner, what we're trying to do with posters and have to make it aware to everybody while we're there.
So we can also have Joyce put something on our Facebook page so that people know what you're doing out there and why you need to, have this money so the kids can go to Florida.
Yes, ma'am. That would be actually greatly appreciated if that
Okay.
did help us out.
Great.
I make a motion to approve the Pop Warner Tag Day request for October 15th and October 29th.
I'll second that motion.
We have motion and a second. Are there any other discussions, any questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Good luck, Jessica.
Thank you.
We have the approval of Crowley Engineering.
Yes, there was an add-on to the design features of the C&G building currently right at the street department. Some of the items that the department is requesting is going to need a structural engineer to review and draw. There's mausoleum that's being designed, and also the floor in the entire building is going to be redesigned. So it's got to be taken up. A new heating system's going to be coming in to meet the specifications for the C&G reconstruction of that building. So with that, there's some other minor things in there that the structural engineer has proposed, and the final cost on that as a subcontractor to Crowley is going to be an additional $15,000. And I believe there's sufficient funds left over in the bond for that, for that add-on. And I would also recommend that legal review this upon approval.
So Randy, this has to be done before the design of the building?
Yes, in order to complete the RFP that's going out for this CNG infrastructure, this has to be done. So, yes, for design work.
So Nina, we're pretty good with the bond.
It's an old REC bond,
Okay, so there's enough for
it's
Nina.
about 156,000 in it.
Okay. Well, I know it's gonna redo the building as well, so we need to keep an eye on that, so we don't run over on that.
Yes.
Okay. So we will need a motion to approve the additional 15,000 in the original cost of retrofitting the building for CNG.
I'll make a motion that we approve the extra 15,000 for the retrofit of the floor in the CNG building.
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have the annual streetlight maintenance contract.
Good morning, Mayor Lynch, members. Yes, the department would like to recommend awarding the contract for annual street light maintenance to Circle R Electric. We've had a chance to review, as I believe Attorney Witten has, so I believe that everything is in order.
I have, in fact, reviewed, and I concur with AJ.
Okay, we'll need a motion to approve the maintenance for the streetlights to Circle R per the community development recommendation.
I make a motion that we approve the streetlight maintenance contract, and Circle R Electric will be providing that service.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any further discussion, any questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have the annual traffic signal maintenance contract.
Yes, the department would like to recommend awarding the contract for annual traffic signal maintenance to Midwestern Electric. And like the last one, I believe Attorney Witten's had a chance to review this as well.
I have indeed, and I concur with AJ.
Make a motion to approve the traffic signal maintenance contract for Midwestern Electric.
A second.
We have a motion and a second to award the traffic signal maintenance contract to Midwestern Electric. Are there any further questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So we're going to switch the next two items. We're going to go to recommended change order number 1 for 2022 street paving and repair.
Yes, Mayor Lynch, thank you. It would be staff's recommendation to approve change order number 1 related to the 2022 street paving and repair contract. This is a deduct change order in the amount of $325,322.15. You'll see if you have any questions about the matters or the items that were deducted that are included in the change order. Both Sandy and I are available if you have any questions regarding the change order or our recommendation.
Make a motion to approve change order number 1 for a deduct amount of $325,322.15.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a recommended pay app number 3 for 2022 street paving and repair.
Yes, Mayor Lynch, this is the third pay app for 2022 street paving and repair. This pay app number 3 is in the amount of $598,462.52. We've reviewed the work. It'd be our recommendation to approve pay app number 3 in the amount of $598, $462, and 52 cents.
Make a motion to approve payout number 3 for 2022 street paving and repair in the amount of $598,462.52.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank
Thank
you, AJ.
Thank you.
We have approval of the police department taser equipment, a quote.
Hello. All right, let me give you a little background on this since we got this snuck in here at the last minute. So the tasers that we currently have most of them are between 12 and 15 years old. Most of them are our original purchases when we first went with tasers years ago. Taser essentially has about a 5-year warranty, and so we're way beyond end of life on all of these. We have got a couple that are a little newer as we've added onto the department. We've had to buy some more, but essentially all of them are at least 10 years old. So what we're running into now is battery replacements, cartridge replacements, things like that on the models that we have are becoming extinct. There's no way to get the things that we need for the tasers that we have. Tasers are a huge part of what we do based on the fact that it's a less lethal option. It's an intermediate thing between going hands-on with somebody and use of a firearm. So obviously we want to have some type of a less lethal option in there. And taser is essentially the only game in town as far as this type of intermediate weapons. So with that backstory, the other part of this is that taser does require that you do training every year, you certify, and you have to use cartridges to certify. Well, they have you pay for those every year, so it's an ongoing expense every year in addition to the initial purchase. So essentially what this is, and it is a large dollar amount, I realize that, and we don't take that lightly by any means, but what this will do is set us up for at least the next 5 years, because these are covered under a 5-year warranty. It outfits the whole department with what we need, and it also includes all of the training cartridges during that 5-year period. So in addition to the tasers, it includes 84 batteries, so that if some of the batteries go dead, we don't have to buy new ones. We've got backups. It has a 6-bay docking station for recharging the batteries and downloading the devices. Comes with 70 holsters so that they can wear the tasers on them, and it comes with 70 licensing fees for a company called evidence.com, because we have to log all of these whenever we use them. There's a whole process for logging the taser use. So it covers all that. And then it also covers, like the first year, it's like 350 training cartridges, and then each subsequent year, they're sending us more cartridges. So we did propose this to the council earlier in the year to use ARPA funds for this, and it was approved. Obviously, by the huge dollar amount, I wanted to get before you all and seek your approval. Again, it's a large amount. If we don't go with this route and use the money that's available to us right now, we're going to have to address it every year. We're just going to be buying some here and there, replacing, buying batteries and things, and the expense is going to be there, but it's going to be trying to fit it into a budget every year rather than using the funds that are available to us now. So that's kind of the gist of that. I don't know if, like I said, I know I just sprung it on you, so if you guys have any questions. And we do have the funds, we've been tracking what we've used so far from the ARPA funds, and we've got more than enough to cover this.
I'll make a motion that we move ahead with procurement of the tasers over the 5-year period, a total of $242,970. Be broken up into 5 payments of $48,594 per annum.
I'll second that motion.
We have motion and a second. I do have a question, Nina. If these are yearly payments, I'm looking at this and they pay out after the end date? Are we going to be able to do that?
Can we just,
I think they just broke it down for us because most people want to be on a payment plan, but yeah, I would assume, I'll clarify, but I would assume it would be like anything else. If we did that with the cameras, I think we're paying more upfront on that because it was the ARPA funds, so.
since we did the revenue replacement, we'll have absorbed all of our funds by then anyway, but I'd rather not kick it down the.
Yeah, I'll clarify on that as soon as we get out of here.
Okay, we have motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now,
Thank you.
Nina, does this have to come before the council to release those ARPA funds, or we're all good with that?
No, because they already had their appropriation and they're done.
Thank you. Motion passes. We have bulk item appeals. Randy? Mayor, members. Yay, wonderful, thank you. Moving on to claims. We have claims. Does anybody have any question on?
I do, Madam Mayor. Just a clarification on the very last page, the last item, the annual software license to AE Voice. What software was?
We use Voice for fund, utility, rookie billing, and KeyPay. This one's KeyPay that we are going to be using in 2023
Okay.
because we're eliminating ADP.
Thank you.
Nina, on page 16, I have just a question, because I don't know what it is. City Hall subscriptions for business in a box. What is business in a box?
That is a bunch of templates for personal services kind of forms. We just got that, actually. The goal is to download all of them so we don't have to pay for it again.
I know we are moving forward on Retrievex.
Yes.
That's a very positive statement. I don't know, Jamie, if you know that we've had, Dan has had movement in the last couple of days. Him and Nina are working to transition that over to bringing that digital equipment over to the city.
Good. Thank you.
And then we'll be getting Scott's pickup truck, and he's gonna go pick up the,
What time you want to leave?
So claims total $258,196.19. We'll need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims in the amount of $258,196.19.
A second.
We have motion and a second. Are there any further questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Attorney Whitten, do we have any major illness claims?
We do indeed, Madam Mayor. So I have reviewed a plethora of those. At this time, I have approved 7, so I would ask the board to approve the 7 that I've signed off on. And there are no COVID leave before the board today.
Make a motion to approve the 7 major illness claims that Attorney Whitten has reviewed.
Second that motion.
We have motion and a second to approve major illness claims. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Is there any other business to come before this board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.